Leo, this is your reading. Hi, welcome in. I'm Venus, an intuitive modern mystic with over a decade of experience in this game. How are you doing? I hope that you're well. This is going to be a timeless message that will apply to your sun or rising. So let me know for what placement you're watching for, or if you are a cross watcher for Leo. Okay, all that I ask is that you sit back, relax, be open to receiving, and have discernment when receiving a timeless message from me. If you're new here, consider subscribing, and if you're returning, welcome back. I'm glad that you're here. So with that said, let's see what your energy is like. We will open with the major arcana to see what's currently going on in your life. We'll look at all areas of your life here. We'll see what comes up and take it from there. So hopefully you'll leave this video with nothing short of clarity and truth. So with that said, it's very rare that I do that. You need a cleanse. Leo, you need a cleanse. Egg cleanse, salt water cleanse, some sort of spiritual cleanse. Okay, my ear is burning too as I'm channeling into your energy. Someone could be speaking ill on your name, and it feels irritating to you because it feels like it's an ongoing thing. People continue to speak ill on your name. Well, at least they're keeping the fan club alive. I feel this sassy energy coming in when it comes to you, like responding to whoever this is. It feels like it's a group of people. Okay, yeah, someone's definitely speaking ill on your name. I don't know if you can see, but it's burning red hot. It hurts a little bit. So up your protection, and you know what you need to do. Respond with sass. If you're going to respond, do it with sass, do it with class. Okay, don't let them see you sweat. Okay, whoever this group of people is. Let's see. Leo sun and rising. What's their energy like at the moment? Judgment. Also karma. So someone's reaping their karma here. Okay, heavy on the Pisces. Sagittarius energy is strong here. You could have these placements stronger in your chart, or you could be dealing with one. Okay, you could have been born on the 20th. You could be a life path 2 or 4, or you could also have the gift of mediumship. Okay, so and the Empress at the bottom of the deck. You're at the brink of birthing something here. Could be a literal child, could be an idea, could be a new phase in your life. So something needs to go. Okay, something needs to go. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Oh, and the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. Number 10 is speaking to me. You're at the finish line here. You're completing something with excellence here, and something about October is significant for you. Doesn't matter when you're watching this video, the timeline that I am getting is October for some of you. Okay, let's look a bit further and see what's going on. Yeah, 10 and 20 is significant here. Let's see. Your luck will change. I do see and feel that here. And it's funny because as I was channeling your energy to tap in, I felt this sassiness, you know? Yeah, I felt sassy. It's kind of like, oh, they're talking about me again. How cute. Oh, they're speaking ill on my name. They really must have a lot of time in their hands. You know, they must be bored, you know, with their own life, that they have to create rumors or spread rumors or talk about me. You know, it's that kind of energy that I'm feeling here. Let's see. Why is the Judgment here, Spirit? Talk to me about the Judgment, please. Also, for very few of you, if you had some sort of issue pertaining to your reproductive health, I see that improving in October, end of October. So the last 2 weeks of October, I do see that course of treatment being successful. I do see that area healing. Yeah, heavy on the womb here. There's that coming through. Interesting. Okay, tell me about the judgment. Why is it here? Spirit, my ear is still burning. Jesus Christ, these people can't shut up about you. The exciting part of their day is when they check on you, you know, online, what you're doing, what you're wearing, what you're talking about, whatever the case may be. That's the highlight of their day. They are hyper focused on you because they can't be you. And I'm not saying this for you to dim your light, you know, or to rub it in people's faces. Just continue being the bright star that you are, because wherever you go, you are going to attract all types of attention. Leo, okay? Good attention, bad attention, all types of publicity. I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but it is your job to decide where you want to put your energy into. Do you want to feed the ego of the haters? Do you want to pour into your true supporters? Do you want to just continue pouring into yourself? That's a conversation that you need to have with yourself, because good things are coming for you, okay? But you do need to have discernment and figure out who you're going to give your time to, okay? What's this? King of Pentacles. Someone's pocket watching you, okay? Someone is pocket watching you. I'm just gonna make a note for the title of the video. Pocket watching you. Also, if you're looking for an investment opportunity, I do see that coming in by this time next year though, okay? So continue doing what you're doing, build your portfolio, build up your skill set, something, okay? Because like I said, all eyes are on you, including investors, including business opportunities, including a collaborator. Okay, for some of you, for very few of you, this could be a father that wants to gift you with something. Doesn't necessarily have to be money, it could be an asset as well. A house, a car, something of value here, okay? Let's see. Virgo energy has come through. Why is that coming through? Virgo's analytical, meticulous, but also their shadow side tends to be overcritical, judgmental, more so of self than other people. So perhaps that's something that you may need to work on. You don't have to look perfect every time. You don't have to do things perfectly every time. The point is to keep doing the thing, keep doing the right thing, and eventually the right person, the right investor, the right opportunity will come through. So keep doing the thing, but don't obsess over the minute details, you know, like this strand of hair that's peeping out, the lighting that isn't perfect, I don't know, just little things that perhaps only you are noticing, not everyone else at large, okay? So try not to hyper focus on the minute details obsessively though. It's fine to go through things with a fine tooth comb to make sure that everything's good, but let's not obsess over that, Leo, is what I'm getting, okay? If we're talking about love, this could be someone coming in with an offer of commitment, okay? This person seems to be emotionally and financially stable, older than you. I see about a 10-year gap, okay? If you're dating, open to dating, if you're out here trying to find your person, I do see someone coming in heavy on the Virgo energy. Or perhaps you have strong Virgo placements. Again, this is where I need you to use your discernment to see if the message is for you, okay? Because there's a lot coming in, okay? For some others, your father, if he's still living, he just had a child with someone else. So he could have remarried, and now you're hearing the news that he's having a child with this new person. Okay, that could be the case. Or they remarried, or they moved in with this new person. That could be the case too. Okay, let's see, why is the Empress here? Let's explore the Empress a little bit. Why is she here? You're in your element for the most part, but the Eight of Swords is here. Remember I was talking about the inner critic, the tendency for perfectionism. It's come through here. So you already shine bright, Leo, with your qualities, your flaws, your looks, your lifestyle, whatever the case may be. You are already a topic of conversation for a lot of people, okay? However, you may be the type of Leo who, like I said, obsesses over negativity, tries to please everyone, tries to be on good terms with everything and everyone, tries to perhaps make it look as though, you know, your life is perfect, or you have the perfect friends, or the perfect relationship, or the perfect job, whatever the case may be. If you live your life focused on pleasing every single person that comes into your life, or your public, your audience, if you're like a public figure, you will lose yourself. You will lose yourself, because there's always going to be someone that's going to criticize, whether that's you have a double chin, or your skin isn't perfect, or you have an accent, or you're inconsistent with something. Again, minute details, because at the end of the day, you're still human, Leo, and you are allowed to make mistakes. You can give yourself permission to make mistakes, and perhaps even speak on the mistakes that you made, so hopefully you can help someone to not make the same mistakes that you did, you know. So it's about using that negativity that I see you absorbing and transmuting it into something positive here, Leo, okay? There's a lot happening in the mental, and you're slowly but surely trapping yourself into this negativity. Snap out of it, Leo. Snap out of it. Yes, you may look great on the outside, everything's nicely curated and everything, but if your mind is rotting, despite of how everything on the outside looks, then what's the point? The mask is gonna fall eventually, and then you're gonna hit rock bottom real quick, and how are you gonna get back up? You know, do you have the strength to get back up? Do you have the strength to be humble and admit to yourself, okay, I have these flaws, whether they're physical, personality wise, whatever the case may be, okay? I'm talking to a lot of people here, so again, adapt it to your reality. Whatever flaws you may say that you have, or that you know that you have, befriend them so they can become your superpower. Why do I say that? Because of all these people that are speaking ill on your name, and my ear is still burning. These people that are speaking ill on your name, lying on you, spreading rumors, blah blah blah. If you already own your flaws and your mistakes, no one can use this shit against you, because you already know about it. You're very aware of it, and you wear that proudly. Yes, I'm messy. Yes, I have crooked teeth. Yes, I don't have the perfect life. But guess what? I'm still me. I'm still me. And as much as I shine and I'm generous and I'm giving and I'm caring and I'm show-stopping and whatever the case may be, I also have these flaws, whatever your flaws are. And that's totally cool, because that's what makes me human. I'm not a fucking mannequin. And nor am I trying to be one. And if you are trying to be a mannequin, at least become a mannequin for yourself. So when you look at yourself in your life, you are pleased with it. Not because you're seeking validation from the outside. Because like I said, there will always be someone who will criticize you. And you're going to allow them to keep you up at night? What for? What for, Leo? Come on, you're better than this. You're better than this. Okay, I do see this being a phase. Okay, so you could be relatively young here, maybe gullible, maybe a little bit green-eyed, maybe you're in your early 20s and you're still trying to figure it out. Okay, that could be the case as well. So yeah, you do need to live life and make mistakes and take a stumble and be rejected and go all through all of the emotions so that you can build character. That could be the case too. Don't be afraid of living life openly and honestly, for as long as you know you're doing it for you, to enrich your mind, your body, and your soul, Leo. Okay, and the negative self-talk, we need to stop that. Okay, you're the baddest bitch that exists, and the more that you say this to yourself, the more you'll start to believe it until you actually believe it. But don't be delusional. Also understand that you and I, we have flaws. So the same way that we can sit here and talk about, you know, our qualities and how great we are and how we shine this, that, and the other, we also need to befriend the darker side of us, the side that we may not be so proud of, because that's where our superpower really lies in, you know. That's where our superpower really lies as well. So keep that in mind. Okay, let's see, what about the Wheel of Fortune? Why is that here? Some of you are going back to school or starting school, independent study. There's something about studying here. Okay, if that's you, congrats. Anything that pertains to investing in yourself to better yourself, your lifestyle, whatever the case may be, I'm all for it. I'm all for it, as long as it's beneficial to you. As long as it's beneficial to you, Leo. Not for the applause, not for the outside validation, none of that. As long as you're doing it for you, because it fulfills you, it brings you joy, it brings you a spark, it gives you pleasure, it makes you feel fulfilled, I'm all for it. And so should you. Let's see. Okay, so we've got the Knight of Cups, the Three of Swords, and the Four of Cups here. Okay, so this is Rumours. I do see an apology coming in, okay? We'll see if it's genuine or not. Right now, what I'm feeling is kind of 50-50, okay? Because for some of you, if this is a romantic connection that ended abruptly, you are now feeling numb, okay? You're numb, you're disconnected, you're going through that phase, right? The breakup phase. You know, the veil has fallen off and you've seen things for what they really are. However, there is still some sort of connection to this person. You know, you can't just switch off your feelings. This feels very fresh as well. So I do see an apology coming in, okay, with the Knight of Cups here, the Knight of Cups here. In about a month's time from now, whenever you're watching this video, I do see that here. However, I don't see you being convinced, like fully convinced that this person can change, they can improve, that the trust can be rebuilt. Okay, so let's look into that. Let's use the Hidden Truth Oracle. I think that's what it's called, is it? Yeah, Hidden Truth Oracle, and see if this person really means this. And also for you to be a little bit more informed as to whether, if you want reconciliation, whether that should be the way for you to go, okay? Because this feels a bit open-ended. You're not truly convinced. Everything happened abruptly. Now they're coming in to apologize. But they're still a little bit emotionally immature. And you're young too. I'm talking to a young crowd here. So like between 18 to 27. Okay? Give or take. Or if your soul feels young, jovial. Okay? Yeah. So that's what I'm talking to. But let's see, the Knight of Cups, this apology, what's going on? Do they say what they mean? Is this salvageable? Like, what's going on, Spirit? Oh, it fell on the floor. 1 second. Okay, so, my life is not as together as it seems. Okay, cool. Your life is not as together as it seems. So is this person going to be open to being fully transparent with you? So at least you know what you're working with if you want reconciliation. We'll see. Let me get one more from the Hidden Truth Oracle. My ear is still burning. We'll dive in a bit deeper because remember I mentioned at the beginning of the video there's someone or a group of people speaking ill on your name. I don't know if this person is being two-faced with you. We'll figure it out in a second because as I'm tapping into this romantic interest of yours, my ear, like, oh my gosh, it's burning bad. But anyway, give me one more for this Knight of Cups. Do they say what they mean? Is this connection salvageable? I bury myself in work to forget you. I feel like this is you though. This is you. You're trying to stay busy. You're trying not to think about it. You're not trying to go through the motions or the emotions that come after a breakup. Okay? I feel like this is you. What about them though? The Knight of Cups. Give me one more for them. I hope that you can forgive me one day. Are you going to forgive them? Is it whatever that they did forgivable in your eyes? That's for you to decide, Leo. I just turned the deck because I was going to put it away. I knew exactly what I was doing. See, I just talked about this. Is this person being two-faced with you? And then subconsciously, I knew exactly what I was doing. Do what you will with this information, Leo. It's your life. 2-2 on the timer, as I said that. If you want to take them back, you can. I mean, I'm nobody to stop you. I'm just here to deliver the message. But they knew exactly what they were doing. Okay? So do what you will with that information. Okay? Let's dive in a bit deeper into... I want to focus on you again. So what's coming up for Leo, aside from everything that we've talked about so far? I see your luck changing. I see you glowing up. I see either a job opportunity coming in or an investor coming in. I do see you working on your self-esteem. Okay, I do see you going through the motions when it comes to this relationship, that it did end abruptly. Okay, you're kind of feeling numb about it. Allow yourself to go through the motions, okay, so you can heal properly, so that you don't make the same mistakes or project onto the new person the wounds from this connection. Okay, so let's work on that. Okay, you don't want to be the person that, you know, because of this relationship that ended, for example, now you have trust issues. That's unfair for you to project onto the new person, because they could be the most trustworthy and loyal person that you'll ever come to know. You know, this new person that may be coming in. Okay, how unfair would it be for you to project your own trust issues from past connections onto the new person? You know, how unfair would that be? You would cause tension in the connection and then you'd repeat the cycle. This is just an example that I'm giving, okay? But definitely something for you to think about. Anything else for my Leos? Yeah, this Knight of Cups, my ear's still burning. They're two-faced. They're two-faced. But do what you will with this information. If you want to take them back, understand the consequences of that. If you want to completely cut them off and move on to something new, before you move on to someone new, give yourself time to heal, okay? Could take months, could take a couple of years. Healing, it looks different for everyone, you know? It looks different for everyone, and the way that you heal looks different as well. Let's see, what's this? 10 of Swords. Betrayal to the highest degree. Okay, so this romantic connection that ended, it affected you immensely. 1010 is here. So something about the 10th of October could be significant for someone. Okay. Maybe their birthday's on the 10th of October. I don't know. But yeah, 1010 is significant. I think 1010 came up for another sign too. It was in a different context. But yeah, 1010 could be significant for you, Leo. What's the Ten of Swords talking about? Betrayal to the highest degree. Okay, cool. However, this is all happening in the mental, right? You're processing, how could this person betray me? The trust has been broken. How can I trust again? Da 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 da. It's a process to get back into it. It's a process. Okay, so give yourself permission, like I said, to go through the motions, to feel the anger, the resentment, the numbness, the apathy, the emotional unavailability for romantic love for a minute. Allow yourself to go through all of this. So when new love comes in, if you are open to new love, it comes to you when you're healthiest emotionally, you know? Because like I said, you don't want to project your wounds onto the new connection, okay? At least try not to, you know? Because like I said, we're not perfect, but we can become more self-aware, okay? And it all ties into, you know, the blurb in the beginning about our flaws, this, that, and the other. So, can I get one more? No, not from here. Oh, Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Embody the archetype of Libra more. What do I mean by this? Be more objective, perhaps, with a particular situation. Could be this romantic situation, doesn't necessarily have to be. Could be career, social, friends, whatever the case may be. Okay, be more objective, use more logic, use more reason, weigh the pros and cons, like write it down on the list, and whatever list looks the longest, make your decision upon that. And also, if you don't want to make a decision, that's cool too. Not making a decision is also making a decision. But at this time, you're being called to use more logic, more detachment. Practice the art of detachment. What's for you will find you. Whatever situation happens here, it only helps you to build character. If we're talking about this romantic connection specifically, then take this abrupt ending as redirection to something better, because you now know what you don't want in your person. And also you've been exposed to your own flaws, your own shortcomings, so you are able to work through them, become a better person, become more self-aware, but not to the point where you become emotionally unavailable to romantic love, and you can move forward. That's the archetype of Libra, okay? Some of it anyway, in a very condensed way, okay? Let's get one from the angel answers, just to see if there's anything here for you. Anything you want to tell my Leos to close out this reading for them? I just began to sweat. Now, there's no reason for me to sweat in this room. It's actually quite cold, but I just felt sweat dripping down my back. You need to release some sort of emotion here. Sweat it out, maybe. Rage room, something. I don't know what that was. I'm not a boxer, okay? You need to sweat it out. Literally get it out of your system in a healthy way. So, rage room, book a boxing class, go to the gym, you know, sweat it out, run it out, whatever the case may be. You need to sweat something out to release this tension. Because it may be the case, okay, it may be the case that when this person comes to you with the apology, my life is not as it seems, I hope you can forgive me, blah, 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 and you're deciding to, you're going through apathy at the moment, you're like, whatever. And you also could be going through the feelings of, am I not deserving of love? You know, true love that people talk about, the happy ever after. You are. Everyone is. No one is born to die alone, okay? But you're burying yourself in work to forget about them. Cool, fair, We've all done that. I know I've done that before. But you're only delaying the inevitable, which is to allow for the emotions to come up so you can release them in the healthiest way possible. Okay? So don't delay the process of healing, okay? Because you don't want to relive this experience again with someone new later on, okay? So with that said, do I need anything from the angel oracle? I mean, I'll pull one out for you because I said I would, but let's see. What's this? No need to worry. No need to worry. So just as I was saying, if you were thinking about, am I worthy of love? Am I not good enough? Don't worry. Don't worry. Because what's for you will find you. And all these little stumbles and obstacles and little situations that may make you feel like, you know, you're betrayed, or that you start looking at yourself in a more negative light. These are situations to help you build character, to help you to mature, to help you to figure out what you want and definitely what you don't want. Not just in love, but in life in general. Because like I said, I feel like I'm talking to a young soul, young person here. Okay, and yeah, with that said, that concludes your reading, Leo. Thank you so much for spending your time here with me. I hope I was able to help in any way, shape, or form. Let me know in the comments if I did. If you want to learn more about me, book a one-to-one, you know, learn more about my services, my blog, my TikTok, or I sometimes drop some gems. Everything will be linked in the description below. And before you go, subscribe. This is a new channel. I'm trying to get it off the ground. I am counting on your support. And until next time, stay immensely blessed. Bye-bye.